Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got another road race for you for week 1 of Season 1 2022. Here in a new car combination series for me in the Spec Racer Ford at Lime Rock Park. And I'm going to go out for qualifying, going to try to see if I can do anything reasonable with this car. It's a car I have not run before in an official series and only tested on random track combinations just to have some fun with it and some downtime. So, not sure how it's going to go. I've heard it's a car that's a lot of fun to drive, that it's just a series that doesn't get a ton of participation, and so far in my practice it seems to be pretty fun. Seems to be fairly stuck to the track and low powered enough that it's not going to overly kill you, but it's still got enough to make you drive and let you know when you mess something up. So I'm going to come down the front stretch to start lap 1. I believe there's 7 or 15 cars in the split. I am car number 7, so kind of right in the middle. And it's road racing, so I never feel real confident. So just going to see what I can do. Tried to run one of these before and actually had some power issues at my house that caused me to end up disconnecting from the race, and I couldn't get back in time. So overshot corner there, pushed me way out. That's just going to kill the whole lap, but I'm going to try to salvage what I can out of it, and hopefully lap 2 will be better. Got to make sure that I don't hit those red curbs. They will throw the car around pretty easily. It just feels a little bit tight for me, but that's probably more my driving than it is actually the setup. I am just using the iRacing baseline. Didn't make any changes to it at all. I am nowhere near good enough, nowhere near consistent enough to see real benefits out of that.
P3, that last lap was a 1:00.
Somehow, for as bad as that lap was, able to be third right now, so probably a pretty weak strength of field overall. Going to try to see if I can clean up the line through this section here and cut off some time. See if I can improve and take a run at moving up to second if possible. I know I can be faster through that section, both in terms of getting on the throttle as well as straightening it out a little bit more to try to keep momentum up. The being a little bit of a faster car compared to the Mazda, you have a little bit of miss area on the line, but it's still a relatively underpowered car overall, so still got to keep the momentum up quite a bit. But gonna improve the lap time, should get down into the 59s. 59.76, able to bump up to second. Gonna try to stay out and just see if I can learn a little bit more with the last minute. Should be able to get one more complete lap in and off track, so I'm just gonna park it now, take the incident point and move on. Yeah, I mean, P2 by 0.2 and about half a second or so in front of third. So if pace holds and I can continue to do that and maybe learn something, I think could be in line easily for a second place finish or a third place finish. Overall, you know, feel decently competitive. I think what I might do just to make it a little bit easier for me, I may back the brake bias up a little bit. Try to give myself a little bit of a shorter stopping distance. I don't want to go too far back and run the risk of locking it up, because I know, especially into the chicane, when I applied the brakes too hard, it was really, really easy to lock the tires up, and then, you know, once you lock those tires up with it not having ABS, you got to get off, and you're just sacrificing the entire corner if you can even make it. So I'm sure a lot of guys are going to be doing that in the race. I plan to probably back the braking points up if I'm in traffic at all. And
that's the end of the session, P2.
Yeah, just got to play it safe. You know, it's 25 laps, so it'll be a little bit longer than a Mazda MX-5 race, but should still be a little bit more of a sprint. So plenty of time to work with, but can't give up too much either. So get gridded up, throw up session best lap. Expect that lap time to come down through probably the first half of the race as I learn how to drive it better. Did practice and, you know, feel confident getting around the track, but since my road racing technique is so bad and my experience is so limited, I always tend to improve throughout the race just by getting more laps in the car and on the track. So if I can keep it, top 5, I think, like I said, there's 15 cars. Top 5 will make me very happy. Ideally, with me starting in second, I would like to try to bring it home in at least third, bring it home as a podium. And obviously, if I can keep it in second or have a shot at the win, I will be very happy with that. Hopefully, I've seen some of them where it seems like guys get spread out quite a bit. So hopefully this isn't one of those where it gets real strung out, real boring, and I've got 15 seconds in between the car in front and the car behind me. But hopefully I give you something interesting, and more importantly, I would love to not make any mistakes. So here's the standing start, so I'm gonna get ready to go.
Nice and neat, stay out of trouble. Let's go.
A little bit too much wheel spin there. Throw it onto the relative. We're running in line with the one on the outside. So just gonna have to keep an eye on that if I can clear him. He's gonna be coming back on the inside, gonna watch him. I've pushed myself off the track by doing that. That was just an unforced error when I probably could have had a shot at taking over the lead, but he's gonna reset, try to get back to a good line, see if I can pull away from the 15 behind. Pretty clean start besides that mistake by my part. Backing up the braking points again just to play it easy, especially while the tires are cold. And start to focus on trying to reel in the one if I can. Gotta lift a little bit more or use a little bit of brake drag to get through that corner a little better. Got on the throttle a little too early, push the car out. Gotta watch the incident point count if I'm gonna do that. But able to have a little bit of momentum and kind of catch the one down the front stretch, so. Probably could be pushing it a little bit faster through one, but would rather try to play it a little more conservative, not make any mistakes, and be a little bit slower than the other way around, so. Seems like the one might be pushing a little bit wider through the corners than he needs to in some of them to set up worse lines, which is why we're catching them, but I'm also very guilty of doing the same thing, so. Kind of locked the brakes up, did not mean to force the one wide there, but able to take over the position.
Come on, Jake. Good stuff.
Actually, he went way wide to avoid me, so off the track. I feel bad for that, but just tried to keep it off him as best as I could. Still need to back the braking point up there a little bit earlier until the tires warm up, I think. That was completely my fault. I'll make sure I send an apology to him, even though we didn't actually get into him. It kind of affected him overall. Almost got into the corner a little too hot, could feel the rear end start to kick around from the excessive speed, but trying to run a little bit better. I feel like we were faster than the one, but that's not how I wanted to pass him at all. Need to wait just a little bit longer before getting on the throttle through that corner. Backing up the braking point just so I can make the corner safely. 15's actually falling back, it looks like. One's still in second, but I've got a nice gap, 2 seconds right now, so it'll give me plenty of room for error. It's actually pulling out. It'll be about 2.3 at the line, so check it next time by.
That's the fastest lap of the race.
Kind of trying to push the car out a little bit wider to see if I can set up a little bit of a better apex through that corner. And then brake dragging, kind of waiting on the throttle to keep the cars tight to the left side out of that corner to set up this corner a little bit better. Almost match qualifying lap, so pretty happy with that. Feel like I've definitely got more speed to find that I can. You can see in the relative I'm already about a quarter second faster that lap, so just got to keep driving clean, no unforced errors.
2.8.
like pulling away slightly from V1, should be about a 2/10 gain this lap. Now 2.5 back.
The guy behind has just done a 59.73.
Kind of keeping it a little bit tighter this lap just to try with a different line and see. I don't think I like it because I think it messes up that entrance quite a bit. That exit, so I think I still favor the little bit of a wider line through the first corner. But with the gap that I have, now's the time to kind of experiment a little bit with lines. Lock the tires up again, able to get off the brakes, at least let the car roll again. Thankfully, with, again, the gap that I have, that's allowing me to make a couple of these mistakes or try changes just to see what I want to do overall. I'm not always going to be the most consistent and smoothest and cleanest in racing, so it's all little bits of improvement for myself. Don't know if I'll run the full season in this car. Quite a few tracks I don't have, not sure if I want to get all of them right away, but it's something fun I thought I'd try just to kind of add some variety to the week and a little bit something different than what I've shown you guys. Just kind of focusing on trying to get through this section as cleanly and smoothly as I can. That'll help keep the momentum up. The one looks like he's finding some pace. Catching back up, check the time at the line. Lock the brakes up a little bit again, get it loose, spin it out. Completely my fault. Gonna have to back the car up. We're gonna give up quite a few spots with that. That was just unforced on my part. The fall all the way back, it looks like, to probably 5th or 6th. Actually 7th, looks like. So way too much time given up there. Complete unforced error, just driving it too hard when I could have easily backed it off. So threw away a good shot at a win, but see if I can try to get by some of the guys and get back to a pole only at least.
59.22.
How I didn't get a incident point out of that, I do not know. I think the one eventually would have been catching us just because he was picking up the pace quite a bit. But I would expect him to, being the 1 car versus me being the 7 in a very limited road racing background. So, still in 6th, not the worst place to be in the overall scheme of things. Again, obviously compared to where I started and what I was running, it's pretty bad, but overall not too bad. Get the car off track, able to save it, gotta avoid that. Hustling it, trying to get back there, and it's better to just drive it at 90% and not have those mistakes than 100% and have those fall off. Kind of clipped the red curb there, got a little too much, kind of upset the car. Check the gap to the 8 at the line next time by. That'll be for 5th. Got to get by the 9 of lap car first. Trying to push this as much as I can, see if I can close up. It looks like it'll be about 2.7 at the line to the 8, so see if I can gain on him at all.
The gap in front is now 2.8 seconds.
I got to throttle a little too early there, washed out a little farther than I wanted to, just got a little anxious. Got to remember to wait just a little bit longer, and that'll benefit me more in the overall lap time. Just got it off, got the curb, got it spun. That time get the incident points, will fall further back, make sure I get back onto the track safely, got no pressure from behind. Just unforced errors, trying to drive too hard and get spots back, and now that's going to cause me to finish further behind. So, still in 6th, just lost all the time to the 8. So unfortunately, I'm kind of getting the race that I told you guys I didn't want to, where A, I make dumb mistakes, and B, there's big gaps between cars in front and behind. So only thing I'm going to have to hope for is that somehow there's some sort of issue, but with everybody spread out, I don't think that's going to happen. You see 10.7 back to the 8, and we've got 17 laps to go. Oh, got too much of the curb, sent it wide, was able to keep it off the grass on the other side. Can use the curb a little bit, but not too much, as it does seem to send the car out a little bit.
Gilbert behind is now 6.0.
Lost it again, same spot, just absolutely driving it like an idiot. Very thankful to keep it off the barrier. Lost one spot there. Just absolutely terrible driving on my part. Just overdriving it way too much. Way too much. But, you know, I don't profess to be good at road racing at all. I just have to learn how to drive within my limits instead of trying to push it to the edge. I don't know this as well as I do with oval. It's just the competitive side of me wants to, you know, go as fast as I can or match what I was able to do, and unfortunately it's costing me far more than I ever gain out of it. So, yeah, gonna be 7th now. We'll see how close we are to the 3, 7.6 of the line. I don't know if I'll be able to make that back up or not.
7th position.
Gonna have to bring it back a little bit just because the tires, especially the rears, are gonna be hot. Try to just drive it back within means and see if I can make any kind of time up on the 3 at all. I feel bad for showing you guys that because it's not fun to watch when I'm spinning constantly. However, I try to be as transparent and real with you guys and show you what I actually do, not, you know, try 15 times for that one perfect race. I'm still so new to road racing that I just make a lot of dumb mistakes that people wouldn't otherwise, that are more experienced, and I have to learn to, you know, again, how to drive within my means, and that'll get me a lot further up most of the time. If I had done that, I probably could be in 2nd instead of 7th, so gaining a little bit of time. Looks like it's 7.4 to the 3. Not sure if there will be enough laps to make up that gap, but, you know, at least I know I have the pace to try to hang with them. That was just complete unforced errors on my part. Did the same thing again. This time we're going to go way off. Try to keep it out of the wall.
Warned about track limits.
Bring it back in. Watch for the 10 coming on the inside, able to get him by safely. Keep doing that too much, I'm going to run the risk of actually ending up with a flat down. So, just really love to drive one lap. That's, you know, or a couple laps together that I'm back clean and just keep it going the way I need to instead of this unforced error stuff. Hate showing you guys that. It's not fun to watch when I keep sliding off constantly. Try to see if I can get a little bit of a draft off the 10 back stretch or the front stretch. Not sure if I'm close enough to him. It's about 11.4 at the line to the 3. It's going to take an absolute miracle to get back to him. Gonna need some sort of incident like what I've been doing out of the 3, which I would assume they're a good enough driver not to do that. And I'm also going to need to be setting race fast laps for the race, not just for myself. Got in a little hot. Probably should have backed that up a little bit more. Misjudged the closing rate on the 10. Thankfully able to keep the brakes from blocking up, so that kept me from sliding into the 10. 10 moves over to the side. Thank you to him. Did a great job of recognizing that I was faster as well as he was a lap down, so looks like the 16's in the pit, should get by him before he comes out. Actually, he's rejoining right now, but still able to get by him with the momentum that I had. Almost lost it going in the corner by going too fast, able to get the car slowed down enough. Kind of messes up the sequence there through 2 and 3, but able to save it overall, keep it going in the right direction. Just offer them now. Gotta watch how I'm driving all this. That's killing the momentum through this section of the track. Definitely gaining on the 3. Not sure if there'll be enough time to try to get back to the 3. Trying to back up this section. Clip red curb a little too much. Thankfully it didn't send the car around. Just trying to make this last half a little bit faster. At least able to pick up time there so that the lap won't be quite as slow. Should be just inside of 59. Way too hot. That time was finally too hot, trying to save it. Oh, lost it around. Just pulled up front of the 16. Bright side is everybody else is a lap down, so won't lose any spots that way. Got the one coming up behind me though. 12 loses it on his own, kind of did the same thing I did, so yeah, I would be a lot faster if I just didn't spin. So, might be redemption. Run it next week at Spa. You can see I'm up to 9x, unfortunately. So from the safety rating side, it's not going to be a good race. Feel like I had a lot of potential, just threw it all away. So, fortunately, it's going to be a boring race, even more than it was, because really no shot at catching up to the 3.
13 seconds.
Just got to try to run as clean as I can, pull away from the leader so I can still finish on the lead of that, salvage that out of it, as well as try to pull away from the 14. Don't think I should have an issue with that, but just over halfway, 14 down, 11 to go. Making sure that I don't lose it into 1 and 2 this time. Just gotta drive it within the means. It's the only way I can stay in front of the leader, or at least have a shot at staying in front of the leader. I don't know if the leader's got more pace than I do at this point.
V7.
Thankfully, haven't really gotten it off of too many walls at all, so it's just been tire wear rather than any body damage or suspension damage. Trying to get it through the chicane, a little bit straighter, a little bit faster overall. Able to make up a little bit of time this section on my fast lap. Ah, pushed it out too wide, got it off track. Gotta watch that because of the incident points. Thankfully I was able to keep it going straight. Only 1.7 in front of the leader, 19.2 back to the 8. 3 moves up to 5th, it looks like. If the one gets to me, I will gladly move over and let him by, but for right now I'm going to try to do my best I can to hang out in front of him.
Blue flag.
To see if I can somehow find the pace to try to get up to the 8, at least make a run at picking up a spot. All I can do is try to run my fastest laps. If I can do that, that'll give me the best shot at trying to make up that time. Let's see where we're at. The line looks like it's going to be about 13 seconds at the line, 1.6 ahead of the 1. So the 1's gaining, but if I can keep that pace going, then the 1 should not get to me and get by me before the race is over. At least was able to click off a better lap closer to my fastest. Again, just trying to clean the lines up, screwed that up, but trying to make sure that I don't try to too hard to make it up each corner when I screw it up, because I'll cause the spin again and then really be in a bad spot. So I'll try to get by the 16 as quickly as I can.
You're gaining on this guy. The gap's now 10 seconds.
Definitely closing down on the 8.
0.7 off the pace.
Not sure if I'll have enough time to get by the 8 or not, but certainly going to try my hardest. Try to see if I can draft off the 16 as best as I can down the front stretch. He's moving over to the left to let me by. Thank you to him for giving me the entry into 1. Appreciate that. Just trying to make sure I let the car set up for a better run through these sections. Don't know if, judging by how I'm driving now and how the 1 is, I think the 1 would have easily gotten by me, but if only could have shot, had a shot at a podium out of it. Just dumb unforced errors. I kicked myself for this race for quite a while.
Sector 2 time is quick.
Looks like I should be able to set my new fastest lap for the race. I always seem to do that later on just because I keep learning how to drive the car and not making dumb mistakes.
You've just done a 59.
I drove it in too hard again. Drove it in too hard again. Trying to push. Driving it in too hard. I get pounded into by the leader. Not sure what he was doing there. I was not really rolling, so... Gets angry at me. I'm sorry that I lost control. That was completely my fault. However, I wasn't really trying to get out into the track and should have seen me. I don't know. I feel bad, but at the same time, that's not 100% my fault there. Seems like he never wanted to adjust his line at all. I guess we'll take a look at the replay and see what happened. Try to get by the inside of the 16 again. Car's probably beat up, probably way off power now. Just gonna try to drive it the best that I can. Get a really good run off of last corner. Get by the 1, he's got some damage, gonna pull by him. 9.7 now to the 8 for 6. 6 to go. That would mean picking up almost 2 seconds a lap, which I guess is possible, but not likely. Especially when I make dumb mistakes like that. Through this section, the car's not hurt because I'm still running fairly close to best lap, so maybe it didn't hit the car too much. Red corner's just a little too much. Doesn't look like so far that I'm closing in on the 8, but there's still a couple faster sections to kind of even it out. Looks like it's kind of keeping it even though. This is where I feel like I can kind of feel a little bit of a difference. Looks like the 4 had some issues, went into the pits, so that should be a spot right there. I should get moving up to 6th.
Alright, Jake, keep it nice and smooth. Come on, let the race come to us. B6. Push, 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 or we'll lose this place.
Oh, just clipped the glass with the left rear, lost it. Gonna stay out, let the 1 by.
Blue flag.
Let them all by safely so that I don't have the same issue again. Just, again, still overdriving it. That is super frustrating on my part. Super frustrating. So, not a clean race at all. Never was. But I would do so much better to learn how to drive at 90% and not push the edges quite so far. That one wasn't too much speed. That one was just getting too far out of the track, clipping it with the left rear and having it lose traction and send it around. Just so aggravating on my part. Just so aggravating on my part. So much time, so many positions, lap given up. Just absolutely aggravating. Make sure to bring it in a little bit tighter even though it messes up the overall rhythm. Just trying to get through the last 3 laps as clean as I can. Hopefully you guys are still here watching. I haven't scared too many of you off.
The gap to Mole behind is increasing. It's now 18 seconds. Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace.
So this race will be more of an example of what not to do instead of what you should do. Although I would say most of my road races are always going to be that way. Just going to set up for the last 2 laps here. Don't think I'll be able to get by the 1 at all.
2 to go.
It's taking it real easy. The 1 let the 16 go by. He's got a pretty good size lead, so no reason to contend with a lap car. Same thing I would say if I was in his position and I got to him. I would be letting the lap car go by as well, as long as I still had enough of a lead, which I would say he does. No reason at all to push it. Only thing I can hope for a shot at a top 5 is to have a another incident. Not sure what happened before, but something like that where they end up having to go to the pit road is about the only way that I can have a shot at a top 5. Up the curb a little too much, kind of kicked me out. Trying to close up on the one just so I can see if I can get one more lap out of it. Look to the ones inside.
White flag, one more lap. Blue flag. Sector 3 time is quick.
This is more of a pride thing. Normally I would not have done that. It's just a pride thing that I want to try to finish all the laps even for as bad as I drove. And at least get you guys one more lap to be able to see. Definitely closing up on the 8, so the 8 still being on the lead lap. It's possible with that lap gained by the leader that I could still have a shot at trying to get by. That damage seems to have hurt the 1 quite a bit because the 2 is catching the 1. Now there's only about 3/10 of a second. They're almost nose to tail, so feel bad for causing that to him, but like I said, I don't feel completely responsible because it seems like he didn't really adjust his line at all, and I wasn't really moving, but take a look at the replay and see what happened there.
White flag, last lap, sector 1.
Trying to
off the pace.
keep the car going in the right direction as quickly as I can, so that way if the 8 does overdrive it for some reason, I can get there, although I'm probably going to be the one to make the mistake before him, since I shifted there when I haven't shifted there all race, and had to brake and almost lost the car in the corner. Only closing in by a couple tenths, it looks like, to the 8, so like I said, it's more or less just waiting to see if the 8 will make a mistake, although with the 8 having such a gap in between cars, there's no real reason for him to push it any harder and take a chance of losing 5th. It does not seem like it's going to be happening with us coming into the last 2 corners. At least able to wait to battle my way back onto the lead lap. Looks like the 2's actually going to take the win. 2 might have taken the one. I'll have to check and see.
P6, that's it, we're done.
Should still gain I rating, so 1 positive out of it for as bad as it was. 2 did get the win. The 1 fell all the way back to 3rd, so take a look and see what happened with that spin. I believe it was this lap. Okay, so I end up losing it. I don't know. I mean, lost it, was trying to save it. That's why I was getting back on the throttle, and then got on the brake, got on the gas quickly, and then jumped back on the brake. So it is on me, but it's not completely on me. Should have just locked the brake and waited for him to go by. But I don't know. Let's watch it from the 1's perspective and see if he had enough time to react. Get into the close chase and see. I don't know. I mean, it also doesn't look like he really made any attempt to go left because he was just holding the line, which I understand he was committed to the line and I came down, but I don't know. When I see, if I was in his position, I would have quickly tried to jerk to the right or to the left instead of cutting further to the right. So I'll apologize to him and get something in there quickly just to, say sorry about that. So hopefully he'll be okay with that. Take a look at the results. Chances of me running with him are probably pretty low. I mean, obviously it looks really horrible on my part, and I feel really bad about that. So one of many errors, and that one to clean up. You can see it was second split, pretty weak overall, 1263. So managed to gain 28 in I rating, 1340. Lost quite a bit the race when I lost the power, so just Gonna take a little time to rebound from that. Lost 0.11 on the safety rating, had 16 incident points, so it would have been very easy to eliminate the spins and have gained safety rating in that. You can see nobody else was incident free. Most of these are probably off tracks. The two that have incidents or didn't have incidents didn't start the race. So just happy to try to grind something out of it. Looks like by lap time was the third fastest car on the track, which is not common for me in road racing. So just probably could have been that pace, if not a little bit faster, if I would have, driven within my means. Probably could have had a shot at a top three, if not even a second place finish. So super frustrating. If you guys are still on at this point, appreciate you watching this far. I promise I will definitely improve my road racing and try to get you guys some better content to watch than that. We may run this again next week. Um, if you guys enjoyed seeing this, to try to redeem myself as well and run a little bit better. I think it was a fun combination. Like I said, not sure if I'll run the full season, but it was definitely fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed something out of it. Feel free to leave any tips. Again, I know I screwed up pretty bad with the one there. I should have just locked it down and let them both go by. I was trying to dig too hard. So got to remember that situation, be a little bit more aware of everything going on, and try to do better next time. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Feel free to leave any comments. In general, just love hearing from you guys. Remember to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Until the next one, hopefully all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.